The Pro Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com, Torque Grafixs, 107 Tire and Service Center, CoolRay Heating and Air Conditioning, Vortex Wraps, Damion Patton Real Estate, Houston Guttering, CK Racing, Evolution Racing Technologies, 946 Designs, Combs Cuts, Scott Morgan Flooring, Marvel Portable Welding, Jeykell Controls, Evolution Bodies, Collins Lawn Care, and Justin Sick Iracing Photos.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Fabrication headers and exhaust. Fabrication headers and exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Fabrication headers and exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at ProFabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at ProFabrication.com.
At Marvel's Portable Welding Incorporated, they've strived for over 35 years to make their name stand out in great customer service and quality work. They know the two go hand in hand. Without the support of Southern Delaware, they could not continue to grow and provide the services they do today. Their welders have many years of experience and are certified in both structural steel and pipe. They're committed to getting the job done right, and that's what makes the difference. Marvels looks forward to working with you and thanks you for the opportunity to show you how they strive to be Southern Delaware's #1 welding shop. Marvels Portable Welding. Find them on Facebook.
Hello, I'm Ken Daffern, owner of Dr. Direct Carpets. 44 years in business. I'm extremely proud of that and extremely thankful to the entire Tri-Cities area for your continued support. We're not perfect, but everyone at Dr. Direct Carpets works hard to make your purchase a pleasant and successful experience for you, our valued customers. We have thousands of square feet of carpet, waterproof flooring, vinyl, and wood flooring in stock for immediate installation at the best prices in the Tri-Cities area. That's Dr. Direct Carpets in Kingsport.
The following is a special presentation of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, exclusively on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for everything e-speed.
Welcome back, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Pro Late Model Dirt Series fires things back off in their second season right here on iRacing.com on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Gonna begin the run for the championship here in season number 2 right here in Lakeland, Florida at USA International Speedway. We've got last year's champion in the field here tonight. We'll see if Chase Wascom can put that 15 machine back at the top. Once again, he was last year's race winner right here at USA, led almost the entire race. We'll see if he is just as dominant here tonight. Hot laps coming to a close here at USA. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you the calls from the track side here tonight, waiting on our good buddy Muth in the booth to make it back to the broadcast booth here in the next upcoming weeks. Do want to wish him well. All these drivers making a big trip down here to Florida, long way to get these cars dialed in. Looks like Brian Hacker and his crew unloaded fast on the speed charts right now, and Hot Laps Hacker with the quick time 21:66. We'll see if that time drops, knocking on the door right there of our track record set by Chase Wascom last year, 21:59. So already speeds right there at that breaking point. Gonna tip the scales to see if anybody breaks the track record here tonight. Lots of new things going on, lots of things to go over. We'll see if we've got that race information fixed for you one more time. There it is on your screen right there for you. 85-degree track temperature. Well, you know, the dirt's not that bad at keeping the heat. 83 degrees air temperature for all the fans out here in the stands, ready to get some dust in their hair, maybe in their eyes. Got to have some goggles every now and again, you know what I mean? And let's see, as we continue to wait for drivers meeting to be over with and things of that nature, we'll go ahead and run down the clock right there for you at the top of your screen. Let the hot laps timing and scoring scroll across the screen for you as well. We've got multiple rookies in this full class field here tonight. 26 drivers coming to make the trip here to USA International Speedway, and we have got, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, 11 rookies vying for that 107 Tire and Service Center Rookie of the Year championship. Last year, that accolade and award going to Trevor Collins in the 7 machine. He's back at it once again here on the track in that 7 once again. Collins gonna look to try to dethrone your champ of Chase Wascom. Not a lot of action as the drivers' meetings beginning to come to a close. I tell you what, let's see if we can't break in, have a few words with your past season champion. Winning the inaugural season last year was the driver in that 15 machine. I tell you what, let's see if we can't catch up and have a quick word here with Chase Wascom inside of that 15. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? We'll try the button one more time here. Chase, is Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling, man? Well, let's get right to it if you don't mind. I know drivers' meeting come to close. Hot laps already in the book. No qualifying this year, so you're not going to be able to take the qualifying award here tonight, but walking away as the season champion last year, coming into this season, how confident are you in that 15 crew feeling driving that chassis and sporting those sponsors on the side of that 15 car this year?
really gave this much time here lately. We've been doing the big car, the real car stuff, and kind of it's showing tonight. But we'll see how it goes. Qualifying's definitely going to be different. Not having it because position's key to a fixed setup. So like I said, we'll just see how it goes.
Well, with this 26 car field, winning a heat race is going to be pretty crucial, but let's talk about that invert, something new this year as well. How are drivers approaching this? How are you approaching the possibilities of having an invert and it being a random draw on the wheel? Nobody knows how many going to get inverted. What is there any type of strategy willing to play, or do you got to play for the points that are involved in those heat races?
I just hope you're lucky every week and you get lead, get to start on the pole. But I just take it as you can get it and be smart. And remember, you can't win on the first lap, so mistakes will be made, and just capitalize on those mistakes when they present themselves.
All right, Chase. Well, we do appreciate you taking a little bit of time to talk to us here before you get strapped in and ready to go for your heat race. Before we do let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on that MB chassis?
Yes, sir. Thank Cody and putting the Pro Late Model Dirt Series on. Like to give a shout out to Turn 3 Racing Network for broadcasting this so my family and friends can watch. My girlfriend for letting me do this and tending to the kids, and got a couple friends out there that's watching. Hey guys, hopefully we can put this one in the bag.
All right, my man. Well, good luck and elbows up.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There you have it. A little bit of a brief moment there with last season's champion, Chase Wascom. Gonna see if he can't dominate tonight's race as well. We already said it earlier in the broadcast. Walking away with the race win here at USA International Speedway last year was Wascom. He is the track record holder with a 21:59. Hot laps knocking on the door of that time, so we'll look to shatter that speed record here. Let's see how Wascom goes in his 8-lap heat race coming up here shortly. 4 heat races on tap for you all tonight. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back with all your heat racing action live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Pro Fabrication headers and exhaust. Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Pro Fabrication Headers and Exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at profabrication.com.
Hello, I'm Ken Daffern, owner of Dr. Dyer Carpets. 44 years in business. I'm extremely proud of that and extremely thankful to the entire Tri-Cities area for your continued support. We're not perfect, but everyone at Dr. Dyer Carpets works hard to make your purchase a pleasant and successful experience for you, our valued customers. We have thousands of square feet of carpet, waterproof flooring, vinyl, and wood flooring in stock for immediate installation at the best prices in the Tri-Cities area. That's Dr. Dyer Carpets in Kingsport.
We'll back trackside after a brief commercial break for our sponsors. Look like we had that sponsor tape on loop right there. We will get to some more of the great sponsors out here with the Pro Late Model Dirt Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big time shout out to our flagman out here all season long. Robbie Gold gonna join us at each and every track waving that flag out there, as well as Terry Patterson inside of that Iracing Chevy Silverado pace truck. He will be out there keeping these drivers at speed when it is time to go racing. And speaking of going racing, looks like we've got our first drivers beginning to get to the track for heat race number 1 here, brought to you by 946 Designs. Let's go to the front stretch. Let's watch these drivers get ready to go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight. Looks like a little bit of a slow roll, a slow wait right now, so we'll back up from the track just a little bit, look over these fans in the stands. COVID protocols out the window down here in Florida. That's right, you know, Governor opened up things, so we're ready to give not only all the fans at home and around the world joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, but everybody right here that made the trip down, bought a ticket. Do appreciate everybody out there in the stands. Do appreciate you all driving your or buying your favorite drivers. Gear. It does go a long way. Sorry about that. Trying to make sure our audio was all correct. Looks like we've got that all fixed up, worked out, ready to go. So, Terry Patterson gonna bring the field around turn number 2 for the first time. Drivers ready to go racing here in the 2021 Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. Pace truck ready to duck off. We're ready to go green flag racing here for the first time in 2021. Cody Early looks like he's going to lead the field here to this first green flag. John Talkington right there beside him. Colin Voiles, Brandon Bender, Justin Gledhill, and Jacob Lassiter round out this 6-car heat race. Number 1, looks like we do have a pretty much a dominated Rocket XR1 chassis field out there tonight. A lot of these Pro Late Model Dirt Series drivers sporting that Rocket XR1 chassis, so look for that to be the car to beat. Usually you see drivers all jumping on one particular thing. You know it's got to be good. You know it's got to be fast. Speaking of fast, who's going to put the fast time down here in this 8-lap heat race number 1, brought to you by 946 Designs? Will it be your pole sitter here for heat race 1, Cody Early, or will we see a big mover through the field? Pace car down and away. We're ready to go racing. Green flag flies for the first time here this season. Drivers all over each other already as we begin this run. Cody Early with a little bit of a stack up. That's going to put John Talkington to the front of the field. Justin Gledhill going to slot into that second spot. Now Jacob Lassiter goes third. 1, 2, 3, breaking away from the rest of the field. Cody Early, Brandon Bender, Colin Voiles with a little bit of a struggle right now, a little bit off a pace. Talkington, the rookie, up there leading this field. He'll have to keep an eye on the drivers behind him. Gledhill, Lassiter going at it for second and third. Got some drivers ripping the lip early here at USA International Speedway. One driver was down there at the bottom of the track there. You can see Brandon Bender. He's ripping it down there on the bottom, catfishing early. Not sure that's the way to go, but we've got the 51 against the 51X. Who's going to take that spot away? Lassiter on the bottom, trying to get by Gledhill. Gledhill with a little bit of a slip on the top, ripping it outside. Can he keep that momentum up? Does. He's going to keep that spot for now. 4 laps remaining halfway here in heat race number 1, brought to you by 946 Designs. The field beginning to spread out just a little bit as John Talkington, he's got himself just over a 1-second advantage over Justin Gledhill. Jacob Lassiter right there in third. Cody Early back to fourth now. Brandon Bender in fifth, and Colin Voiles fighting for fifth and sixth right now. We'll take a look at that battle for just a second. Contact, caution out on the track. Brandon Bender and Colin Voiles get caught up and involved in that one. We'll take a look back here with our Turn 3 replay. You see that 22 of Brandon Bender at the top, struggling, just a little bit. Looks like he got out of shape trying to get down into the corner. That forced Colin Voiles to try to check up. Wasn't able to get the job done just fast enough. Contact between those drivers. So we've seen our first caution flag of the season right here in heat race number 1, brought to you by 946 Designs. What seemed like an easy night for Robbie Gold up there in the flag stand. He had to grab that yellow flag real quick, throw that one on out, so he'll have a little bit busier heat race number 1 here, as we're going to have ourselves a little shootout to see who can take that top spot here in heat race number 1. Talkington took control of the race there on lap number 1, has not looked back since, but now the field will get gathered together, we'll get all in line, we'll get ready to go one more time here from USA International Speedway. Let's take a look back. Well, I tell you what, why don't we go on top of the box here, get a view just like I get to see this view down there, that 48B of John Talkington, the rookie, getting the job done right now out of Denham Springs, Louisiana, in the Dark Horse Chassis D&M Coating J&J Racing sponsored machine. Can he walk away with the first heat win of 2021? Terry Patterson going to pull that Iracing pace truck back down to pit road. We're ready to go back to green flag racing, and green flag flies on that loud pedal. Tarkington goes to the top in turn 1. He'll rip the lip to keep that lead, but here comes Lassiter on the bottom trying to make it work. It's not going to work out that time. Gledhill going to rip the top. He's going to come around, take that second spot. Once again, catfishing, not giving it up. Lassiter down there on the bottom trying to make things happen. Not going to get there just yet. He'll stay in third. We'll jump back from the action just a little bit here, try to give you some of this action from a little further away. Try to fit a little bit more of the cars all on screen at the same time. Gonna have a huge field here tonight. 26 drivers. Who's gonna take that top spot? Tarkington in trouble. Gonna manage to work it off of 4, cross the line to capture the first checkered flag here in. Oh, and looks like we had a little bit of a moment there. Things not quite going the way they are supposed to. Oh, boy. That is interesting. Nonetheless, John Talkington going to take that top spot here in qualifying. Brian McDaniel now going to get out there on track. He'll line up in row number 1. For heat race number 2, brought to you by Justin Sick, Iracing Photos, who will grab heat race number 2, who will take that checkered flag. Talkington, the rookie, grabbing a checkered flag very first thing here. That's going to set him up pretty, looking forward throughout tonight's race. Going to set him up with a great starting spot. So we'll join the field as they roll around the track into turns 1 and 2 here on the formation lap. Fast-paced, fast racing here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. ShowMeDirt.com is your go-to for all your racing needs out there in the Midwest, covering everything from late models to front wheel drive machines. They've got it all. Head on over to ShowMeDirt.com. Check them out. Give them a like. Give them a share. ShowMeDirt.com. Terry Patterson going to turn off those pace truck lights. Field going to get ready to go. Green flag racing this time by Brian McDaniel will lead this field to the green flag in his Bob Pierce chassis. McDaniel Motorsports, Pierce Platinum Cars, sponsored. Seven drivers in this heat race. Who's going to take that spot away here and try to snatch the checkered flag? McDaniel nails the gas and green flag flies. Once again, here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, that's right, it's the Florida Speedweeks, round number 1 right here at USA International Speedway. Drivers mixing it up towards the rear of the field as McDaniel scoops away. Robbie Schaefer, Josh Myers, Brandon Combs all over each other. 3 wide off of 4. Down nose cam shot right here on board with Robbie Schaefer in that 97 machine. He's all over the tail end of another rookie, Josh Myers. Rookie showing strong here early tonight from USA International Speedway. How will the rest of this rookie class run? 6 laps now remaining. Field all jumping to that high side, all over each other is that 97 of Schaefer. Wascom just behind them. Brandon Combs running now in 5th with Dater Williams and Trevor Collins rounding out the running order here. Looking at that timing and scoring so far, nobody breaking that track record. Quick time on the speedway so far here tonight, 22:47. Battle for that top spot as Myers has gotten there. The 18 trying to come around Brian McDaniel. There you can see a lot of drivers getting a little bit tail happy out of turn 4, ripping that lip, but now catfishing. Slide job by Myers, slide job. Crossover by McDaniel, back down the backstretch, side by side behind them, contact into the outside wall. The 18 of Myers slams the outside wall, stays in the gas. They're going to rip it off of 4, drag race to the line. How about that? Myers staying hammered down on that throttle. Contact between the 82 as well back there with Robbie Schaefer, but Josh Myers, contact or not, he stays flat foot. He takes that top spot away off of turn 4. Once again to the line. Popsicle sticks for your race leader. 2 laps remaining here in a heat race number 2, brought to you by Justin Sick. Iracing Photos. Field all a mess behind your race leader. Chase Wascom has made his way into 3rd in that 15 machine. There you can see the 61 of Brian McDaniel struggling now, dropping all the way back to 4th. White flag, final lap here in heat race number 2. Who's going to take the checkered flag? Big time trouble there, it looked like, for Dater Williams. Williams struggling in that 82 machine. Not struggling at all, though, this man right here, the rookie, gonna take that checkered flag off of turn 4 for the final time. Our second rookie of the night capturing a heat race win. How about that? Rookies coming for those top spots. Josh Myers gonna take the checkered flag here in heat race number 2, brought to you by Justin Sick Iracing Photos. Field's gonna go ahead and begin to grid up, get ready to go here for heat race number 3. Looks like all the drivers beginning to roll off now. We'll back up from the speedway just a little bit and let you see all the drivers out there on track. The 25 of Cody Terry will bring heat race number 3 to a head, brought to you by Torqued Graphics. For all your team apparel, motorsports need and swag, head on over to Torqued Graphics. Lining up just to the outside of that 25 of Cody Terry is the 9 of Travis Smith. Out of Morganton, North Carolina, Team 0946 Designs and Caravan, sponsored Pro Late Model Dirt Series driver Tractor Morgan, Dustin Kenyon. Right there behind him, Damion Patton, Joshua Johnson, round out the field here for heat race number 2, brought to you by Grafixs. What happened in the back there in heat race number 2 was everything. There was drivers battling with each other, door banging, rubbing the walls, getting sideways going into the corner. There was a little bit of all types of action there at the end of heat race number 2, as we seen our second rookie capture a checkered flag here in heat racing in the season opener. That's right, it's Florida Speedweeks here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. Patterson going to put the pace truck on pit road, and green flag flies. Once again, Terry fires off. Smith gets a good jump on that outside. We'll jump a little closer to the action. Oh, slide job by Terry. It did not work out. That 25 into the outside wall, and caution. Flag flies here on lap number 1. There you can see already that number 9 of Travis Smith beaten, banged up on the driver's side as the slide job by Terry didn't quite work out. Field gonna come to a crawl. We've still got 7 laps to go here to see who's going to take the checkered flag in heat race number 3, brought to you by Grafixs. So the Gastonia, North Carolina native tried to pull the slide job on the Morganton, North Carolina driver. Didn't quite work out the way that 25 had planned. He'll take that GBC Spencer Boyd LLC sponsored machine to the back of the pack. The 25 will restart this race back in 6th place. Already some crazy action here in heat race number 3, and if that's telling us anything, it looks like there was more, what's the word I'm looking for yet? Intensity picking up with each and every heat race. And I'm not going to go back and forth and banter with you out there in the chat, but if you've been to any real dirt track racing, if you've been to any NASCAR races, you know the big boys have some struggles as well. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and yeah, we won't revisit that one for the rest of the night. But anyways, Travis Smith going to see if he can't bring that 9 back around and complete a full lap under green this time, as Patterson going to bring that Iracing pace car back down pit road this time. Field will be in the hands of Travis Smith. Dustin Kenyon just to his outside. Tractor Morgan in that 66 going to line up back in 3rd with Damion Patton on the outside. Row number 2, Joshua Johnson. Cody Terry now back in the tail end of the field. Pace truck down and away. Here we go. Green flag flies as Smith nails that loud pedal. He scoots away from the field. Everybody else gonna follow him through. Down on the bottom, we see those 2 cars, the 66 and the 17 of Joshua Johnson down there digging, catfishing right here. Contact with the outside wall. Looks like Damion Patton in the 26 machine having a little bit of trouble, a little bit of a scrum back there towards the tail end of this field. Smith continuing to rip the lip at the top. Tractor Morgan's going to go to the top of the speedway as well. The field going to make their way now down the backstretch back to turn number 3. Going to back it up. Take a look at this little battle that's beginning to shape up. Dustin Kenyon, Damion Patton going at it. That's for 4th and 5th on the track. Close as they come off of 4. Patton going to slide up the track just in front of that 25 of Cody Terry. He's going to have to get on the binders for a moment, ripping the lip, going to carry the speed, the momentum off of 2. Drag racing contact, around goes the 1. No caution flag out here. Patton stays rolling. He's going to have to bring that machine back down to pit road. We'll rejoin the front of this field. Travis Smith has himself just about a half a second advantage over Tractor Morgan. Joshua Johnson right there in third. Dustin Kenyon running fourth, and Cody Terry rounds out the field as Damion Patton has pulled that number 26 down on to pit road. Drivers sliding out of turn number 2. You can already see this track taking a lot of rubber down there on the bottom of the speedway. That's forcing a lot of these drivers to go up and rip the lip. Run it on the high side here at USA International Speedway here in round 1 of the Florida Speedweeks for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. Not a lot of battles out there to speak of here in heat race number 3, brought to you by Torch Graphics. Smith has the field in hand, has the white flag on display. Final lap for Smith to put that number 9 at the top of the scoring pylon here. Gonna come around 3 out of 4. Checkered flag in the air. Robbie Gold gonna fly that flag one more time. Crossing the line, heat race number 3 winner, brought to you by Torch Graphics. That checkered flag goes to the 9 of Travis Smith. Drivers beginning to make their way to the starting grid here for heat race number 4, brought to you by Evolution Bodies. We will jump out there on the front stretch. There's an up-close look at the Carbon Junction sponsored number 11 of Brian Hacker. Hacker looking to see if he can spoil the party here. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Brian Hacker, one of those next up drivers here tonight, getting the call up. One of the featured drivers not here tonight, so the next man up is the 11 of Hacker. Ken, he put that machine in victory lane. Gonna line up just to the outside of Dylan Hutchinson. Logan Heiler right there. Andy Piercefield right there, another rookie in this field here tonight. Brian Voyos and Dave Watziger round out the field here in the heat race number 4, brought to you by Evolution Bodies. Pace truck lights are out. We're ready to go. Green flag racing once again here from USA International Speedway. Get a little closer to the action as the 28 brings this field around. We'll get set to go. Green flag racing this time by down the backstretch. Patterson has turned those lights out. It's time to go. Green flag racing once again. The Carrier CoolRay sponsored number 75 of Andy Piercefield gonna line up inside row number 2. Look for that 75 to try to make some moves. Pace truck down and away. Flag man's got it in the hand. Gold waves the flag, and green flag out here tonight at USA International Speedway. Dylan Hutchinson right there gonna take that bottom as Hacker tries to run the lip, tries to rip it at the top. They'll stay side by side. Back down the backstretch, looks like Voiles with hard trouble. Watziger into the outside wall hard on the backstretch as well. We'll stay green flag racing as Brian Hacker leads this field around for the first time back down into turn number 1. Stacked up at the front, the 2 ex-Hooters machine of Logan Heiler looks to get by on the bottom side. Can he make it work? Can he catfish himself a checkered flag? Nope. Crossover on the slide job. Not going to work out for that 2X of Heiler. Heiler now going to rip the lip at the top. That's going to force Hacker to pull the slide job. Hacker's going to keep that spot for the time being as they work their way back down the back stretch once again. Lap number 6 into turn 3. Tight racing at the front of this field. These two drivers mixing it up side by side. Off of 4, back across the line. 5 laps remaining here in heat race number 4, brought to you by Evolution Bodies. Man, oh man, race fans, not a lot of time to catch our breath. A lot of crazy racing action out there tonight on the track here at USA International Speedway for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Florida Speedweeks, round number 1. That's right, we'll have round number 2 next week at Volusia Speed Park. Next week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Brian Hacker taking that top spot right at the start of this heat race, and he has not looked back since. Fended off a slide job or two in an attempt to take that top spot away from him. That 2X of Logan Heiler has been all over him. All over him once again. Going to look to the bottom. Will he try the slide job once again? There it is, a little too far. The 2X going to lose that spot and stay right there in second across the line. Popsicle sticks 2 laps remaining. Slide job yet again. There you can see Heiler struggling to keep the pace after the slide job. Brian Hacker able to pull the crossover each time. He'll keep the bottom. He'll force that 2 of Heiler to the top. Slide job of his own by Hacker. White flag on display. Final lap here in heat race number 4, brought to you by Evolution Bodies. Hacker with a struggle up into the outside wall goes Heiler after the slide job. Crossover side by side into 3. Contact. A little bit of door banging right there. Slide job once again by Hacker. Here comes the crossover. Heiler gonna try to beat him off a 4 drag race to the line. Contact and Hacker gonna take the spot after some contact coming to the line. Wow, what a way to end the heat races here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. My goodness, that was some great racing action. Driver's going to have about a 10-minute warm-up here, so we will run down a few of the awards already here tonight. Walking away with the 946 Designs Heat Race number 1 win was the rookie, John Talkington. He's going to walk away with some points here tonight. There you can see right there on the bottom side of your screen, John Talkington walking away with the 946 Designs Heat Race number 1 win. Walking away with the win here in heat race number 2. That's going to be yet another rookie in the field. Josh Myers snatching the heat race win here, brought to you by Justin Sick Iracing Photos heat race number 2 winner, Josh Myers in the 18. That's going to recap us back to the driver that won heat race number 3, brought to you by Torque Graphics, walking away with the win there in the Torque Graphics heat race number 3, the 9 of Travis Smith. You just seen it come to a close. You just seen it finish. Brian Hacker gonna walk away with the Evolution Bodies heat race number 4 win, and that's going to set us up to roll into a brief commercial break before we get ready to go back trackside for the national anthem. So we're going to step away for just a brief moment, bring you your invert wheel as we get set to go racing here tonight. First time feature event in 2021 for these Pro Late Model Dirt Series drivers. We'll see how they fare. We'll see how they go. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Benny Boudreau and I created the Springrithm app. The Springrithm app allows someone who doesn't have access to a Spring Smasher to be able to set their car up to their manufacturer's suggested install loads and center to centers, as well as be able to figure out their dynamic loads, as well as make adjustments to them to make their handling of their car better. For someone who does have a Spring Smasher, Springrithm will greatly reduce the amount of time to figure out those new stack setups by allowing for instantaneous spring rate changes as well as load changes. Springrithm will even make sure that your setup doesn't coil bind at the loads that you're trying to hit. For only $4.99 a month, you too can have access to the same information that top late model teams across the country are using to gain a competitive advantage.
At Marvel's Portable Welding Incorporated, they've strived for over 35 years to make their name stand out in great customer service and quality work. They know the two go hand in hand. Without the support of Southern Delaware, they could not continue to grow and provide the services they do today. Their welders have many years of experience and are certified in both structural steel and pipe. They're committed to getting the job done right, and that's what makes the difference. Marvels looks forward to working with you and thanks you for the opportunity to show you how they strive to be Southern Delaware's #1 welding shop. Marvels Portable Welding. Find them on Facebook.
At 107 Tire and Service Center, we pride ourselves on being professional and reliable while giving you an honest service at an affordable price. From alternators, brakes, and computer diagnostics to motors and transmissions, most repairs come with a 12-month and 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor. Need tires? We have those too. Major brands such as Cooper, Hankook, Michelin, and more. We are a family-owned, operated business located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Junction, Tennessee. Call or stop by today for a quote or repair. 423-620-4970.
Iracing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is Iracing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Backtrack side as the field begins to roll out to the starting grid. We're ready to fire things off for the first feature event here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com here in the Florida Speedweeks, round 1 right here at USA International Speedway field. Now getting to that starting grid, looks like Terry Patterson and the Iracing pace truck. He's ready to go out there on track, get things lined up and fired off. Looks like most of the field begins to get there. You hear that familiar sound in the background, the bells ringing. It's time to run down your starting lineup here in the round 1 of the Florida Speedweeks. Walking away with that top spot after the 6-car invert, John Talkington gonna take that top spot. Josh Myers gonna line up just to his outside. Travis Smith right there inside row number 2, followed by Brian Hacker. Justin Gledhill and Chase Rascom gonna make up a row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight, Tractor Morgan, followed by that 2 of Logan Heiler. Rounding out row number 5, Jacob Lassiter and Robbie Schaefer. 13th and 14th tonight, Brandon Bender, Brandon Combs, Dustin Kenyon, and Andy Percifield back there in row number 8. Row number 9, the 3 of Cody Early, followed by the 61 of Brian McDaniel, Cody Terry, Dave Watzinger back there, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, Colin Voiles, and Tater Williams. There's the rest of your starting lineup for tonight's round number 1 here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series at USA International Speedway. Drivers ready. Fans in the stands, are you ready? It's time to go racing here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. There you see it, the 4-wide salute. Brought to you by the drivers here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, the greatest show on iRacing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. There you have it. What a beautiful sight that is. 26 drivers in the field here tonight, ready to throw it down to vie for the first race win in the 2021 season right here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful sight that is. Drivers, man, I tell you what, give them a like right there. I'm telling you what, giving all you fans in the stands and all you fans watching at home and around the world right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network on the YouTube side of things, we do appreciate you all checking in. Drivers going to fire up, get back in their starting lineup spots, and we're going to be ready to go. Green flag racing once again. Field begins to get side by side back behind that iRacing pace car. Looks like Robbie Gold, the flagman, giving the one to go. So driver's going to go around one more time, get back in their starting spots, get the field all sorted out and ready to go. Want to give a big shout out to Race Control up there tonight. Melvin Young Buck in the race director's seat, getting all these drivers where they need to be before we get set to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight in our feature right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. While we do have a brief moment, do want to say thank you to all of you tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, and we're ready to fire things off once again here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Looks like those pace car lights still on, so field gonna go around one more time here tonight before we get set to throw that green flag. Looks like Robbie Gold is giving them the one to go this time by, so Patterson will turn those lights off once we cross the line. Justin Gledhill in the 51 gonna take that top spot after the 6-car invert. Chase Wascom just to his outside. Travis Smith, Brian Hacker lining up in row number 2, row number 3. That's going to be John Talkington and Josh Myers, your Heat 1 and 2 winners here tonight. Lining up in row number 3, back in row number 4 will be Logan Heiler and Tractor Morgan. You wanted it, you got it, race fans. Back on the track once again to rip it up, sling some dirt, kick up some dust. It's time to go green flag racing here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Pace truck away, waiting for it, and green flag flies here in Florida Speedweeks round number 1 at USA International Speedway. Chase Wascom gonna rip the bottom. Justin Gledhill at the top. Contact. Smith goes around in turn number 1. More contact off of turn number 2. Drivers stacking up. Dustin Kenyon, Cody Early, Cody Terry, Damion Patton involved in this one. My goodness, a lot of drivers caught up. Big scrum. Let's take a look back here, see what happened with Smith on this restart. Looked like the 18 just carrying some speed down there on the bottom. Maybe Smith had no clue he was there. They're going to get caught up and collected with each other. And while all that happened, while all that went down, Joshua Johnson gets caught up and involved in some mess as well in that 117J. There you can see him. He's trying to make his way by Smith. Gets a little bit of help from the 28. He goes around. Oh, and then contact with the 00. Cody Early, the wild child. He's got nowhere to go. He piles in as well. Damion Patton in the 26 Bloat Realty Morganton Carts, sponsored number 26. He brings it to a crawl, avoids some contact. And there you can see already beaten up on that tail end is Smith. He'll drop way through the field, loses 18 spots here on lap number 1. He'll be scored back in the 21st position. Drivers all back behind the pace truck once again. There you can see that turn 3, sponsored number 15 of Chase Wascom. He's gonna try to take that top spot away. Justin Gledhill did have the advantage right when that caution flag came out, so Gledhill will bring the field back to the green flag. Timing and scoring still needing to cycle its way through as we get set to fire things back off here on lap number 3 out of the 50 scheduled in tonight's official feature event. Wascom, man, Wascom tearing it up out there, trying to get that 15 machine ready to get hooked up on this restart. Row number 1 looks the same as it did at the start of tonight's race, just flip-flop. Now Wascom's at the top. Gledhill ready to lead and bring this field into turn number 1 off of 4. Patterson gonna bring that pace truck down once again, and green flag flies. We're back to racing once again. 26 drivers right here at USA International Speedway, and I gotta tell you, that front stretch is gonna get pretty bumpy. Gonna have a roller coaster ride for a lot of these drivers. Slide jobs 2 and 3 wide back towards the rear of the field. We'll check in with some of these battles back here. More contact now as the caution flag does not come out for this one. Now late caution flag being displayed here on the lap number 4. We'll take a look back here, see how it all went down. Looks like the 61 of Brian McDaniel may have been involved in this one. Bit of a stack up on the restart. The 00 down there on the bottom. He's trying to get a good run at it. Sideways goes that 61. Here comes the 16 on the bottom. 3 wide for a moment. Contact between those two drivers. Contact yet again. And that 00 goes to the outside wall. And that's going to bring us under caution for the second time here tonight. So we'll jump back live once again at the front of this field with Justin Gledhill, your race leader still, with Chase Wascom on the chase. The 11 of a Brian Hacker going to be right there in third place. John Talkington, Logan Heiler, Robbie Schaefer, Jacob Lassiter, and Brandon Bender all right there lining up with each other. Looks like Bender going to line up in that 9th spot as Dylan Hutchinson making his way into the top 10 for the first time. The 28 machine looks to see Brandon Combs, I apologize, rounding out your top 10. Let's see if Combs can do anything in that 28 machine. Driver out of Cincinnati, Ohio, in the Combs Cuts Busher Drilling Service sponsored Pro Late Model Dirt Series machine. Looks like your race leader, Justin Gledhill, has elected to take the bottom on this restart. Interesting, we'll have to see if that is going to be the lane of choice on any of the restarts we have here tonight from USA International Speedway. A lot of racing action very early here tonight. Now the pace truck gonna duck off once again, and we'll get set to fire things off. And green flag flies once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Drivers up through the gear, up through the RPM. They're gonna go ahead and cross the line. Begin lap number 4 now underway here tonight. We'll roll that ticker across the top for you for just a minute. Gledhill, he's got some troubles as Wascom takes that top spot. 2, 3, 4 wide out of turn number 4, coming back to the stripe. Everybody chasing Wascom for the time being, and caution flag flies once again, looks like Josh Myers, the rookie, may have been involved in this one. Myers was your heat race number 2 winner. The Justin Sick iRacing Photos heat race number 2 winner. And there you can see the 18 just having some trouble down there on the bottom. Got all sorts of out of shape. And how about that? Damion Patton just nowhere to go. He almost flips that 18 over. Myers struggling down there on the bottom of the track. We'll bring it back to a crawl one more time, back behind the pace car. So as we have seen, USA International, a little bit of a tight quarters raceway here. Drivers kind of all over each other in the early going here, not really able to get away from anybody. And there you can see heavy damage on that right rear spoiler area of that 51 machine. His Rocket XR1 chassis has seen some better days. Wascom also with some damage. It looks like that 2X of Logan Heiler might have a little bit of damage as well. You got to go all the way back to Brian Hacker, Jacob Lassiter before you start to see some of these clean cars, as it looks like maybe the front of the field is not necessarily the place that you want to be at this point in time. Let's check in with your heat race number 3 winner for Torqued Graphics, Travis Smith. After being involved in that very first caution of the evening, he's been able to make up a little bit of ground, now being scored in the 12th position, so he's gained 6 spots since having to restart back in outside of the top 15 now, just barely knocking on the door of that top 15. Smith gonna look to make his way back up through the field, so we'll rejoin the front once again as Wascom's gonna take that inside lane here on the restart. Once again, the race leader does elect to take the bottom of the track. Lights out, truck away, green flag flies once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network in the Florida Speedweeks round number 1 right here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. Everybody through turns 1 now out of 2. Oh, and around goes another driver, up and over. Oh my gosh! Who was that? Looks like maybe the 22 might have been involved in this one. John Talkington in the 48 also involved in this one. We'll take a look back, see how it all went down. There you can see that 97 gets a punt off of that 48, and then Schaefer has a ton of trouble with more drivers piling in. We'll take one more look at this one. There you can see the 11 of Hacker gets involved. The 22 catches and carries Hacker for just a few hundred feet there. My goodness, a lot of carnage and chaos very early here tonight. Drivers shaking out the rust, getting themselves re-familiar with running in such a large pack. 25 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight, and it looks like we do have a few drivers already listed and scored off of the lead lap, as there you see that 98 going down pit road. We'll rejoin the front of the field once again with your race leader Chase Wascom as he brings the field back behind the pace car. Robbie Gold giving the field the 1 to go that time by. So Patterson gonna turn off those pace truck lights. Once again, field will get ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. And it looks like we may have a single file restart this time. Looks like race control and admin up there, Melvin Young, electing to tell these drivers, get it together, single file this time, boys. Drivers will make their way off of turn 4. Pace truck gonna duck on off. Once again, we'll fire things off as Wascom hits the loud pedal. Green flag flies here on lap number 7 out of the 50 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. The 2 of Heiler gonna drop to the bottom of the speedway. He'll look to catfish his way into second. Looks like that single file restart was enough to stack or spread out the field just enough on this restart here. Still catfishing down there on the bottom is Heiler. He's going to slot into that second spot easily. Now we've got Gledhill versus Lassiter. Lassiter to the bottom as Gledhill rides the wall. Here comes Brian Hacker. Here comes Brandon Combs. Contact with more drivers. The 61 with more contact with the 75. Now that 16 machine of Dave Wadsinger, he's going to split those two drivers, put himself inside of the top 10. Contact, 75 goes around. He catches it, gets it headed back in the right direction, but that's going to be enough to bring the caution flag out. Once again, Robbie Gold getting an arm workout here tonight inside of that flag stand. Looked like the 75 of Andy Piercefield just kind of looped it there coming off of turn number 4 and onto the front stretch. He was able to do a complete 360 and get the car rolling. No contact, no harm, no foul, but the field will bring it to a crawl. Once again, catch up to the back end of that base truck. Familiar sight now for your race leader, Chase Wascom, the back end of that Iracing pace car. And Wascom, right now, he does have the fastest time on the speedway. And it does indeed look like our hot laps time right now, holding strong with a 21:66 as the fast time on the evening. And that went to Brian Hacker. Nobody able to break into the 21-second column here in heat racing or in the feature event so far here tonight, but still a very long way to go. 40 laps yet to click off here tonight. Looks like we do have a few drivers damaged in behind a pit wall. Dustin Kenyon in the 00 as well as that 66 of Tractor Morgan. Wascom gonna bring the field back to the green flag. Single file restart once again as we find ourselves under caution here from USA International Speedway into turn number 3. The pace truck will go back to pit road. Patterson gonna have to refill the tank in that Chevy Silverado here shortly. Wascom hits the gas. Green flag flies as Heiler in the 2X gets a good start. He'll stay right there in front of Jacob Lassiter. Brian Hacker right there in tow as well. On the outside, here comes Lassiter. Gledhill falling through the field just a little bit. We're going to check out this little scrum and battle going on here as more drivers begin to catfish and caution. Caution on the speedway. Cody Early goes around in the 3 machine. There you can see Early at the top of the speedway trying to rip the lip. And then contact right there with that 7 of Trevor Collins. More contact. 48 catches some contact, and look at the nose all torn up on that number 3 Bass Pro Shops Rocket XR1 chassis machine piloted by Cody Early. So the 15 of Chase Wascom, your defending Pro Late Model Dirt Series Season number 1 champion, at the front of this field leading the race. He won last time we were on the track right here at USA International Speedway. Can he make it 2 for 2 here at USA in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, sponsored by ShowMeDirt.com. ShowMeDirt.com is your go-to for everything dirt racing in the Midwest, from late models to front-wheel drives. They cover it all. Head on over to ShowMeDirt.com. Give them a like, a follow, a subscribe. Tell your friends if you're looking for some great racing action. You can find it over there on ShowMeDirt.com. Pace truck down and away. Green flag flies as Wascom nails the gas early. Nobody caught sleeping, though. Everybody up on the wheel and into turn number 1. Field all spread out here. There you can see that 28 of Brandon Combs on the inside. He's trying to make up some time on Brian Hacker. And look not far behind them, Travis Smith and that 9 machine. Your Torqued Graphics Heat Race number 3 winner, Smith, now back inside of the top 10, up to 8th. The 51 of Gledhill right in front of Brian Hacker. The 28 of Brandon Combs pushing Hacker through the corner. Caution flag comes out, and Andy Piercefield looks like he may have been involved in this one. Let's check out, see what happened with the 75. There you can see that 75 on the high side, and oh, there you see it. And I'm telling you, right here, I know what's going on that front stretch. Very, very bumpy. I tell you what, let's go back, take a look at it here from the cockpit if we can. Looks like they're giving us a thumbs up on that one, so we'll go back, take a look one more time. We'll try it one more time here. And there you can hear that little bit of wheel spin into the outside wall, trying to catch it, trying to correct it. More drivers getting caught up. I believe that was the 61 of Brian McDaniel getting caught up and involved. Cody Early catches a piece of this one late as well. And that will put us under caution once again here tonight. So we'll rejoin the field at the front with Chase Wascom in that number 15 machine. Up close look right there at your race leader, Chase Wascom, inside of that number 15 machine. Looks like the pace truck lights are off, so we'll get set to fire things off once again here tonight. 12 laps in the books out of the 50 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. This track catching a few of these drivers out with that very bumpy, very rough front stretch right here in Lakeland, Florida at the USA International Speedway. Robbie Gold, your flagman, with it in hand, and green flag flies. Once again, driver is going to cross the line to begin lap number 13 out of the 50 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Looks like most of the drivers electing to go to the bottom now as this track's starting to get slicked up, rubbered up here tonight. Close battle there with Wascom and Lassiter making their way out of the corner. Wascom hanging it out there, and caution flag flies once again here at USA International Speedway. Looks like we have got ourselves yet another problem. Tater Williams, Brian Voiles involved. We'll take a look, see what happened here with Williams. He's up on that outside wall. Oh, and it looks like the 41 was struggling, and oh my gosh, Brian Voiles went for a ride. Wow. We'll take one more look at this one here. And there you can see that 41 up over, front end broken. The 3 of Cody Early, nowhere to go. He piles in. His night's over as that machine is smoking. There you see contact with the 7, and that's what kind of kicked it off. The 182 not under power. He's turned around. Cody Early comes piling in a little bit late, trying to avoid some of the carnage. We'll take a look and see how Early was going about it right here. There you can see the 7 sideways. 3 of hard impact and up and over. 2 drivers on their lids. Woo! Rough go here for multiple drivers already here tonight. Multiple victims being claimed out here on the speedway. Looks like Dustin Kenyon, Tracton Morgan, as well as Cody Early, Colin Voiles, as well as Brian Voiles, all caught up, all involved in some incidents, and they are back off of the speedway, back behind pit wall. That's going to leave us with just about 20 drivers left on the track. Pace truck lights are off. We are set to go back green flag racing. Once again, race fans, looks like field beginning to get a little unsettled here as now those pace truck lights going to come back on once again. We'll go back around the track once more before we get set to go back green flag racing. Drivers trying to knock the rust off here in Florida Speedweeks round number 1 right here at USA International Speedway. Wascom, since taking that top spot after the invert following the 4 heat races here tonight in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, he's grabbed that top spot and has not looked back since. But keep an eye on that 51 of Jacob Lassiter. He was all over Wascom on that latest restart, and I'll look to see him continue that trend, continue to try to get up there and take that top spot away. Logan Heiler, who's been inside the top 5 all night, he continues to run inside the top 5. Now slotted in third, Justin Gledhill back and forth. Brian Hacker rounds out your top 5 as Wascom hits the gas. Green flag flies once again here from Lakeland, Florida. Front of the field, up through the gear, round turn number 3 out of 4. Wascom hanging it to the high side. A lot of drivers still trying to catfish down there towards the rear of this field. Doesn't look like it's paying off very well for Brandon Combs. We'll get a little closer to the action here. There you can see that 28 going to the high side now as Travis Smith makes a pass on Brian Bender. Brian Hacker's going to get by Justin Gledhill for 4th. Tater Williams makes a pass back in the pack for 16th position. Close racing action now as that 51 of Justin Gledhill gets up and around Brian Hacker as well as Brandon Combs. There you can see Travis Smith and that 9 machine ripping the lip. He's moving to the front. Smith now into 8th. This is where their battle is. This is where the action is right here. That 11 of Brian Hacker on the bottom of the speedway. He's trying to make his way by Justin Gledhill. Travis Smith now by Brian Bender on that high side. He's going to have to keep an eye on Justin Gledhill. Contact between the 28 and the 11. Hacker goes sideways. The 22 comes piling in. He almost catches that 28 of Brandon Combs, as now Travis Smith still ripping the lip, moving to the front, knocking on the door of a top 5. He's closing in now on Brian Hacker. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, not much to say about Chase Wascom. Wascom has stepped out to over a half a second race advantage over this man right here, Jacob Lassiter. He's running that high side as well, but Logan Heiler down there in that 2X Hooter-sponsored Pro Late Model Dirt Series machine. He's still catfishing the 9 away. He's going to grab second for the time being, but will the momentum pay off on the high side? Looks like it's going to down the backstretch back into turn number 3. Close racing action right here for second and third as Wascom enjoys what he sees in that mirror. That's going to allow him to step away just a little bit, and you can see that roller coaster ride down the front stretch that we were speaking of. You can see these machines bouncing up and down, porpoising through the front stretch just like a dolphin would down there in the ocean. And how fitting is it that it's down here in sunny Lakeland, Florida, that we've got a track that makes you feel like you're on a boat. Look at that 2 machine just floating over those bumps there on the front stretch. We'll jump back a little further through the field at this battle. We've got a 3-car battle now as Travis Smith looks to the high side. He'll take the spot away from Brandon Combs, and Brandon Bender leave those drivers to fight for it. And here comes Smith. He's closed in on Hacker and Gledhill. We've got a 3-car battle at the front, a 3-car, 4, 5, 6-car battle just behind them. Gledhill, Hacker, Smith, Combs, Bender, and Terry all lined up. They've got the 97 of Robbie Schaefer not far behind them. Now we're starting to see that longer green flag run begin to get underway. Looks like most of these drivers have gotten that rust knocked out. They are ready to lay down some laps after a little bit of a roadblock down there on the bottom of the speedway, and caution flag flies once again. Dave Wadziger involved in this one. We'll take a look back, see what happened with the 16. 16 down into the corner, and it looks like the 61 of Brian McDaniel just gets right into the rear and sends him right around. Nothing that Wadziger could have done about that after a contact from the rear getting into the corner from the 61 of Brian McDaniel. So Wadziger will collect himself and get back to the field. field back behind your race leader, Chase Wascom, as he brings the field into turn number 3. Back behind that, Iracing pace truck being piloted by Terry Patterson. He has had quite a bit of workout here tonight. Getting an arm workout as your flagman, Robbie Goldis. Green flag flies once again here from Lakeland, Florida at USA International Speedway. Wascom through turn 1. Whole field down on the bottom of the speedway right now. Only 3 or 4 drivers venturing to that top side. Travis Smith in the 9 making it work right now with the top side. And Wascom going to go to the top once again. There you can see that 51 of Justin Gledhill. He moves back to the top. Tater Williams caught up and involved in this one, so that 82 machine has had some trouble. That's going to bring us under a crawl once again. 11th caution on the speedway here tonight with 25 laps remaining. Drivers just past that halfway threshold. We're going to break for just a brief commercial break. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Fabrication headers and exhaust. Fabrication headers and exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Fabrication headers and exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at profabrication.com.
At 107 Tire and Service Center, we pride ourselves on being professional and reliable while giving you an honest service at an affordable price. From alternators, brakes, and computer diagnostics to motors and transmissions, most repairs come with a 12-month and 12,000-mile warranty on parts and labor. Need tires? We have those too. Major brands such as Cooper, Hankook, Michelin, and more. We are a family-owned, operated business located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Chuckey, Tennessee. Call or stop by today for a quote or repair. 423-620-4970.
Back trackside once again as the pace truck lights are out. And I just dropped my phone. We'll leave it right there for the time being. Chase Wascom going to bring the field back to the green flag once again. Pace truck lights are out. Field gets ready to go back. Green flag racing once again. Single file restart. Wascom on the gas. Green flag flies here at USA International Speedway. Drivers trying to make their way into turn number 1. Everybody stacked up down there on the bottom of the speedway right now. A lot of rubber laid down in these corners. There you can see it out there on the track. And it looks like that 51's going to go to the high side. Travis Smith's going to join him out there. Your top 2, Wascom and Heiler, going to stay on the bottom of the track. They're going to catfish a little bit more, but look at who's on that outside trying to make it work. Travis Smith trying to find some grip up there next to the outside wall. He'll continue to rip the lip and push that cushion a little further towards that outside wall, but he's going to lose some ground. Brandon Bender, Cody Terry, they're all going to get around. They'll take that spot away, and caution flag flies once again. Justin Gledhill involved in this one. We'll take a look, see what happened with Gledhill. Gledhill slow into the corner. It looks like Travis Smith going to come in, catch a piece of him, send him into the outside wall, and that might put an end to the 51's night. Gledhill stuck out there on that outside wall after that contact. That's going to bring us under caution for the 12th time tonight with 23 laps remaining. Back to the box view right here, looking out with me down at your race leader, Chase Wascom, who once he got the front, he has not looked back since, leading almost the entire race tonight, just like he did last season when we visited this track. Wascom leading all but 3 laps in the inaugural season here at USA International Speedway for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, sponsored by ShowMeDirt.com. Wascom looking to do the same once again here tonight. I do believe those pace truck lights are off, so we should go back green flag racing this time by. Looks like Robbie Gold does have that flag in hand. Yes, he does. Pace car down. Wascom on the gas. Green flag out once again. Stacked up towards the front of the field. Everybody goes to the bottom of the speedway here on the restart. The 28 of Brandon Combs goes to the high side. There you can see the 22 of Brandon Bender, Cody Terry. They're all involved. 5th, 6th, 7th on track. There you can see them all catfishing now. That's the place to be. Drivers looking for a little bit of grip. In the 7 of Trevor Collins, he's all sorts of out of shape into the outside wall on the front stretch. He'll correct it, corral that car, and keep it heading around the track. The 41 now with a good run. Ken Voiles make his way by Dave Ladziger and Joshua Johnson right there involved in a battle. The 16 and the 17 going at it on track. They're going to mix it up just a little bit. Here comes that 61 of Brian McDaniel. He's up in the mix. 4-car battle now. Slide jobs. Contact. 17 almost goes around. Piling in is the 1. More stacking up out of turn number 2. And now they finally spin it on out. Looks like we stay no caution. Finally flies once again here after that contact. Joshua Johnson going to go around. That's going to bring us back to a crawl back behind that Iracing pace truck once again. So we'll rejoin Logan Heiler, Chase Wascom right up here at the front of this field with just 20 laps to go. We're going to break for a small commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Benny Boudreau and I created the Springrithm app. The Springrithm app allows someone who doesn't have access to a Spring Smasher to be able to set their car up to their manufacturer's suggested install loads and center to centers, as well as be able to figure out their dynamic loads, as well as make adjustments to them to make their handling of their car better. For someone who does have a Spring Smasher, Springrithm will greatly reduce the amount of time to figure out those new stack setups by allowing for instantaneous spring rate changes as well as load changes. Springrithm will even make sure that your setup doesn't coil bind at the loads that you're trying to hit. For only $4.99 a month, you too can have access to the same information that top late model teams across the country are using to gain a competitive advantage.
With the Buttkicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Buttkicker. The future is feeling.
Back track side, once again, pace truck ready to go down pit road. We're ready to fire it off. Wascom hits the loud pedal. Green flag flies as Logan Heiler tries to get up there and continue his quest for the top spot. Travis Smith has made his way back inside of the top 5 for the first time after the first caution flag. Put Smith at the back of this pack, at the back of the field. He's now running into that 4th spot. Brandon Combs, the rookie, rounds out your top 5. Combs is your highest running rookie right now. John Talkington right there behind him, your second running rookie of the race, back in the 8th spot right here, taking the heat win earlier here tonight. And caution flag on the speedway. Trevor Collins involved in this one. The 7 gets caught up in yet another incident on the speedway. That will bring us back to a crawl. And something we haven't mentioned yet, race fans, here tonight, and something we normally wouldn't have to discuss or bring up, but something that's got to be weighing on a few of these drivers' minds out there is, do they have enough fuel in the tank? Quite a bit of caution laps being run out here tonight from Lakeland, Florida, and Florida Speedweeks round number 1 right here at USA International Speedway. Do these drivers have enough in the tank to keep this thing going to the end of tonight's feature event? 18 laps remaining out of the 50 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, and it's going to get close for some of these drivers. We have had quite a bit of caution laps. That's taking up quite a bit of that fuel consumption. We'll have to see if these drivers can get back to a long green flag run that we seen there towards the middle of tonight's race. But as we all know, the payday is out there looming. Driver's gonna slide job a little harder. We may see some more fender banging going on out there on the track, but nonetheless, we're set to go back. Green flag racing this time by pace car, gonna duck on off. Wascom waiting and on it early. Green flag flies. Looks like Travis Smith has got a nose on the inside of that 11 down into turn number 1. He does. That's going to force the 11 to the high side. The 28 of Brandon Combs ripping the lip at the top. Here he comes down the backstretch. He'll take that 5th spot. Brandon Bender going to be slotted back in 6th. 7th, Cody Terry with a good recovery after some trouble there on lap number 1 as well. Field back across the stripe. 17 to go. Trevor Collins gets by Colin Voiles for 17th. Piercefield makes up a spot on the track, but Piercefield all the way up to the 14th spot. Now Piercefield with some trouble. Caution flag gonna fly yet again here on lap number 34. Rookie Andy Piercefield with some trouble. 75 has an issue. We'll take a look at it on the replay. There you can see that 75 down there on the bottom of the speedway gets a little sideways. 3 wide once again. The 7 comes piling in. I believe that's the 18 caught up. The 7 comes up, catches the 51, almost spins him out. So still a lot of calamity out there on the track. We'll jump back up towards the front of this field once again as Chase Wascom continues to lead. Logan Heiler, Brian Hacker, Travis Smith, and Brandon Combs rounds out your top 5. And it looks like the field going to go back to a double file restart possibly this time. We'll have to wait to see what race control does with this one with just 17 laps to go here tonight. Pace car lights finally go back off. We're ready to go back green flag racing, and indeed it is yet another double file restart for these drivers. Oh, and looks like, no, it's going to be a single file restart. Drivers trying to get themselves slotted into positions, slotted in to hit that loud pedal and go back. Green flag racing once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, sponsored by ShowMeDirt.com. Extra lap under caution added here as the field gets situated and sorted out. Pace truck lights are off. We are set to go back green flag racing once again here from USA International Speedway. Wascom continues to lead. Logan Heiler, Brian Hacker, and Travis Smith. Brandon Bender now rounds out your top 5. You can see that 22 way up high on the track. Wascom hits the gas. Green flag flies. Heiler looking for somewhere to go. Smith goes to the top. He'll rip the lip through 1 and 2. Big run off of 2. Caution flag flies yet again. Dave Wadsinger caught up in this one. We'll come back to a crawl for our 16th caution on the evening. Do want to take this brief moment to thank all of the sponsors involved here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, ShowMeDirt.com, as well as CoolRay, Mr. Plumber, Bight Box, Combs, Cuts, Torch Grafixs, Damion, Patton, real estate sponsor of your starting lineup, 107 Tire and Service Center, your federated auto parts service center, sponsoring the Rookie of the Year once again, as well as Vortex Wraps, Houston Guttering, Pro Fabrication, Dyer Trucking, 946 Designs, Jeykell Controls, Buttkicker, Evolution Racing Technologies, as well as CK Racing, just to name a few of the sponsors here in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series 2021 season, brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com. Do want to take a moment to mention your Rookie of the Year contenders: Tater Williams, Joshua Johnson, Robbie Schaefer in that 97 machine. We've seen John Talkington park that 48 machine with a checkered flag hanging over it there in heat race number 2. Brandon Combs, Brandon Marlowe, as well as Dylan Hutchinson, Josh Myers, Logan Heiler, Colin Voiles, and Chad Combs, all rookies vying for that rookie championship. And we'll have to double check that rookie status of that number 2X of Logan Heiler, listed as a rookie on the stat sheets, but not showing up as a rookie on the screen, so we'll continue to keep our eye on that. We'll try to get that straightened and situated, figured out for you as well. But now it is time to go. 15 laps will be remaining once the field takes the green flag once again here from USA International Speedway in the Florida Speedweeks, round number 1. Pace car away, Wascom on the gas, green flag flies once again. Travis Smith goes to the middle of the track. That's going to keep Brian Hacker back there in that fourth spot. Ken Smith keep Hacker back down in turn number 3. We'll keep an eye on that. Heiler not able to close in on Wascom just yet. Oh, contact almost there to the rear end of that 9 machine as Hacker carried a lot of speed through the corner in 3 and 4. th caution on the evening as Josh Myers, Tater Williams as well involved in this latest incident on the track, and we have got multiple drivers now listed out of tonight's race back behind a pit wall. 25 drivers took to the starting grid, and we are now down to just 18 drivers on the lead lap, 19 out there on the track. Watching this field back under caution once again, Chase Wascom in the 15 machine continues to lead tonight's race. He has been your race leader since, I believe it was lap number 2 when he actually took that race lead and has not looked back since. We have had a rash of cautions all throughout tonight's race. 17 cautions in total. That is quite a bit of caution laps, and as we already said, race fans, you gotta be wondering how much fuel these drivers still have left in the tank as your flagman Robbie Gold gives the field the 1 to go. So the pace truck lights are off and we are set to go. Back green flag racing once again here from USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. Ace car in, green flag flies, Wascom nails the gas, coming right at you through the screen. Wascom leads Heiler and Smith into one. Hacker right there battling with Brandon Bender in the 22 machine. Brandon Combs, the only driver at the top. Cody Terry goes around, the 51 goes around. Caution on the speedway once again. And there you can see drivers caught up, dinged up, banged up. The 11 of Brian Hacker. He has seen some better days. Base truck gonna fall into pit lane, and green flag flies. Once again here from USA International Speedway. Field gets their way down the front stretch. No trouble this time by Logan Heiler, still right there in that second spot. Travis Smith still running in third. Combs the only one ripping the lip at the high side, and that 28 machine he's stacked up with a rookie field behind him. Colin Voiles, Josh Myers 7th and 8th on the speedway. Andy Persfield and John Talkington, your other rookies, they're back in 11th and 12th right now on the speedway. As we continue green flag racing, Heiler breathing down the neck of Chase Wascom right now, and caution flag flies once again. 19th caution on the evening. Andy Piercefield involved in this one. What happened with that 75? All sorts of handling trouble there, and finally into that outside wall, losing the grip on the car. The 75 goes into the outside wall. That's going to bring us back under caution once again. Back at the front, though, with your race leader, Chase Wascom, as he brings the field back behind the pace car, knocking on the door of just 10 laps remaining here tonight. And Chase Wascom, if we were to count caution laps right now, Wascom would have led upwards of, I don't know, probably close to 70, 80 laps so far here tonight, as we have had a ton of caution flags fly here tonight. Looks like the rust is running deep on the bones of these Pro Late Model Dirt Series drivers here. Season number 2 kicking off for the first time here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and multiple drivers struggling with the handling, struggling with the grip here in Lakeland, Florida. The track all rubbered up, all slicked up, drivers having all types of fits. Excuse me. I do apologize about that thought. I muted the mic before that cough. Do apologize for that one. But, you know, is what it is at this point in time. Base truck down and away. Green flag flies once again here at Lakeland, Florida. 10 laps to go now on the board. Chase Wascom continues to lead. Logan Heiler, Travis Smith right there in third. Brian Hacker, Brandon Bender, and Brandon Combs now back there in sixth. Smith gonna go to the top of the speedway, looking for some grip up there by the cushion right up next to that outside wall in turn number 3. He's going to go back to the bottom. We'll continue to watch your race leader Chase Wascom as he leads the field off of turn number 2 back down into 3 now. Has himself a half a second advantage over Logan Heiler. Heiler has about the same over Smith. Everybody has got the front ends of those cars right next to that concrete wall through the center of these corners. Wascom leads the field back down the backstretch. Once again, your top 3 still the way they were on the restart. Brian Hacker and Brandon Pender round out your top 5. Brandon Combs in the 28 machine has fallen back to 6th. Who is that ripping it at the top of the track? I believe that may be Tater Williams up there ripping the lip, man. Nobody else up there at the top of the speedway. He's gaining a little bit of ground, but he's got a lot of ground to make up if he's going to try to make up any spots here. Looks like Williams back there. He's about 0.7 of a second off of Tater, off of Brandon Combs right now. Has himself a bit of a gap back to that 48 of John Talkington, who walked away with the heat win in the Justin Sick iRacing Photos Heat Race number 2 here tonight. Now we see Wascom and Heiler begin to separate themselves from the rest of the field. Travis Smith back in 3rd, and caution flag for the 20th time here tonight with just 5 laps remaining. Green flag flies once again with just 4 laps remaining. Chase Wascom continues to lead. Logan Heiler. Travis Smith now moves to 2nd. Heiler takes that spot back. Battle between 2nd and 3rd now as Wascom scoots away from the field. Contact between Smith and Heiler for 2nd place. We'll keep an eye on this battle as it rages on. Wascom scooting away 3 wide down the front stretch with 3 laps to go. Hyler in that 2X all over Travis Smith. Brian Hacker right there, the 22 of Brandon Bender up in the mix. Will we see this thing stay green flag, or will we see that caution flag fly for the 21st time here tonight? Travis Smith, he scoots away just a little bit from Hyler as now popsicle sticks for this man, your race leader, Chase Wascom. He's got to get through turn number 3 one more time to see Robbie Gold hold that white flag out. Off of turn number 3, coming to the stripe. White flag, final lap here tonight from USA International Speedway in the Florida Speedweeks. Round number 1. Wascom looks to capture the flag and win the first race on the season. Contact between Hyler and Smith. They crash and wreck on the final lap. They drop through the field. Wascom off of 4. Captures the flag, your first feature winner in the 2021 Pro Late Model Dirt Series, sponsored by ShowMeDirt.com. Chase Wascom goes to the front, goes to victory lane yet again. And as these drivers begin to bring their cars down pit road, we're going to break for a brief commercial break, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. Backtrack side once again at the conclusion of tonight's Florida Speedweeks round number 1 right here at USA International Speedway. Let's see if we can check in and grab a few words with the driver that captured the flag here tonight. Driver inside of that 15 machine, Chase Wascom. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a little bit of a rough go here in the season opener? How rough was this track? How hard was it to keep it underneath you with it slicked over the way that it did?
Man, it was wild. The track was getting slick and it got really bumpy. It would throw you left, throw you right, put you in the wall in the front straightaway. But man, that was a long race for sure.
Well, Chase, something that I mentioned in the broadcast, and something that a few of the race fans are a little curious about here. We had a ton of caution laps here tonight. How close were you guys on fuel with running so many extra laps? Was there any danger of possibly running out of fuel?
With the setup we have, man, we still had about 8 or 9 gallons left of fuel. Caution laps, we wasn't really burning a whole lot, with that, but we have so much in there already, so it kind of helps out for situations like this. But hopefully it doesn't come to that, as where we got to worry about gas.
Well, Chase, you didn't have to worry about much once you grabbed that top spot. You pretty much led the entire feature here tonight, mocking or duplicating what you did last year, where you led the entire race here at USA International Speedway except for 3 laps. Last year, you came in tonight, you had the fastest lap during the race once again. You led almost the entire thing, so dominating performance for you in that 15 crew, backing up that Season 1 championship. Before we let you celebrate and enjoy the rest of this evening and this win, would you like to give any special thanks, shout-outs, love yous, I do's, anything like that?
Yes, sir. We did get to kind of do the same thing as we did last year. It ain't as easy as it looks for sure. This new update Iracing got out with the tires and stuff. The track goes, the black is extremely slick and the moisture is extremely grippy. So it's really hard for some guys to know when to let off the throttle and give it throttle in that situation. But I like it. It's more like a real race car. But yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Turn 3 Racing Network for putting this on, Cody, and for putting this lead together and running it again. Give a shout out to all the guys that helped me out on here and in real life. Skid Pro, Jeremiah, and 10M Motorsports, Tim Morrell, 5 Set Enterprise, TCC, PRP Suspension, the Bitter Sportsman, the guys watching from home here, Tyler, and my girlfriend for letting me do this, and watching the kids a little bit longer than normal. I almost had to park the car because we got to go to Walmart and get some groceries. It was getting pretty time consuming there, but shout out to my family watching, and hope we can do this again next week and not so many cautions.
Indeed, my man. I'll second that one with you. So now that you got the checkered flag, go get them groceries and feed them youngins.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, Dave.
There you have it. Final words from your race winner, Chase Wascom, locking out that top spot, knocking the door down in the winners column here early in season number 2 here for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, sponsored by ShowMeDirt.com. Little bit of a rough go, to say the least, here tonight for these Pro Late Model Dirt Series drivers, having to knock off the rust, deal with a very slicked over track. We'll see how things fare next week when we're right back here in Florida for the round number 2 in the Florida Speedweeks at Volusia Speedway Park. Man, oh man, what a night. Long night for a lot of these drivers, long night for a lot of the fans in the stands.
I feel like I was just on another planet.
And as you hear that music in the background, you know that familiar sound. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from USA International Speedway in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series Speedweeks round number 1. Walking away with that race win, top spot goes to the 15 of Chase Wascom. Tater Williams going to finish in second. Brandon Bender back there in third. Brian Hacker, Justin Gledhill round out your top 5. Robbie Schaefer, Cody Terry, Colin Voiles, as well as Josh Miles and Brian Voiles rounding out your top 10. Andy Piercefield going to bring it home in 11th. Dave Wadziger walks away in 12th. 13th to Cody Early. 14th spot goes to Brandon Combs. John Talkington walks away from the track. 15th. 16th goes to Travis Smith after contact with Logan Heiler. He'll end up in 17th. Brian McDaniel back in the 18th position. 19th tonight goes to Trevor Collins. Joshua Johnson finishing in 20th. 21st, Jacob Lassiter. Dylan Hutchinson walks away in 22nd. 23rd goes to Damion Patton. Tractor Morgan in 24th and 25th. And final spot in the running order here tonight, the 00 of Dustin Kenyon. Do want to give a big shout out to the Iracing race control up there. Melvin Young keeping the drivers as straight as he can. And with that being said, race fans, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. A little bit of a rough go here tonight for these Pro Late Model Dirt Series drivers, knocking off that rust, but they'll be back at it next Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.
The Pro Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by ShowMeDirt.com, Torque Graphics, 107 Tire and Service Center, CoolRay Heating and Air Conditioning, Vortex Wraps, Damion Patton Real Estate, Houston Guttering, CK Racing, Evolution Racing Technologies, 946 Designs, Combs Cuts, Scott Morgan Flooring, Marvel Portable Welding, Jeykell Controls, Evolution Bodies, Collins Lawn Care, and Justin Sick Iracing Photos. The following has been a production of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, not to be reused without permission or the written consent of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series in any way, shape, or form. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.